There's diamonds on their fingers while their hearts want gold. But in this club, it'll take more than a fancy spade to dig out a win. With beauty and brains, though, these ladies are but one card away. This is the Party Poker Women's World Open 2. Good evening. This is the Party Poker Women's World Open 2. The key, one of the 6 ladies tonight will be powering through to the final table, and someone who knows a bit about that, because she's already there, the lovely Michelle Orb.
Hello, Jesse.
Michelle, it's a bit funny for you. You're watching these ladies and you're already at the final.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good for me, actually. I get to see how they play, I get to watch the cards, and I see it from a different angle today.
Now, what are the dynamics here? What was the key to success for you for getting through?
I think in these types of games, you need to play aggressively. You need to forget your fear, and if you get your cards, get your chips in and play them.
Everybody always talks about women playing with men, but what is it about women playing with women? What's different?
I don't think there's as many tricks at the table. I think a lot of the bets we're seeing, they need to be believed by the other players. And like I say, if you have your hand, make sure you bet it strong.
Well, I love this lineup. It's a powerhouse, so let's meet the players. This game getting ready to roll, and Michelle, I feel like this is a very tough lineup. I mean, you look at seat number 2, Pippa Flanders. She's had a lot of success on this stage. She won the World Open, which was a mixed event. She's a powerhouse player. And Swen Pham, Bad Girl, is one of the original female poker players. She won a pot limit championship in Dublin a few years ago. She's played a lot of EPTs, and she's a very aggressive player. Chips on the table, 100,000 per player. Yellow's worth 1,000. Blues are 2, reds 5K apiece. And of course, the woman who garners the whole 600,000 in play go into that final table. It's funny, every heat sort of has its own kind of, I don't know, tempo. I think last time it was a little bit sedate, but with all these aggressive players here, I don't know, do you think it might just be kind of rock'em sock'em poker?
Yeah, I think we're going to see some aggression early on here today. These ladies aren't going to be scared, Jesse, I don't think.
I mean, your heat was very aggressive. I don't think there was an unraised pot all night long. It's you just have to, I guess, wait and see.
Cool. Cool.
What was the action here? A raise from Bad Girl and Pippa defending her big blind again? Oh my gosh.
Well, she's flopped the nut flush.
And Pippa's going to have trouble getting away from 2 pair here.
10,000.
That's a pretty sizable lead at.
Flanders could be in trouble here. In these types of tournaments, 2 pair is a great hand, but she is not going to like that flop.
Cool.
And I mean, it's ironic because if Bad Girl pushes there, she probably gets all the money in. But her hand is so strong, she feels like she has to slow play it. I was just thinking, if it comes a spade, that might save Pippa's tournament.
I think as well that fourth spade will slow Pippa right down. She's going to bet and try and find out. She's going to get some action back, and I don't think she'll put any more chips into this pot.
Right, that's the last money Pippa's putting in that pot. She must have put that 20,000 in there, and I mean, there's no way Bad Girl could ever call here without a spade.
Swen trying to work out how she can get the maximum amount of chips from Pippa here.
She's doing pretty good so far. You kind of start to feel like it's your night when you flop the nut flush, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Pippa had a redraw with the full house, but...
Swen's going to put in a value bet here. She's trying to work out how many chips she can get from Pippa. Now, depending on what that amount is, see, 10,000. It's very, very tempting for Pippa. She probably knows she's ahead, but
Cool.
it's the odds are too good here. She has
Right.
to call.
Bad Girl's actually weighted that perfectly on the river. I think for 11,000, yeah, Pippa's got to fold.
Yeah, any more and
I
Pippa's
feel
out of that. It was a
like-
lovely value bet from Zwen.
Two pairs, these are lucky. Well, Cellavi. We start again.
She says she's unlucky. I love this chat at the poker table. When you've just won a pot, you look at your opponent, you say, that was
Merry
unlucky.
Christmas.
In your head, you're thinking, no, it wasn't. I flopped the flush. I played it well.
Right. Inside, you think to yourself, didn't I just do that perfectly?
Pass. 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 Cool.
Interesting hand. King 9 on 6 table tournament. A very playable hand, but can get you into a world of trouble.
It is. And speaking of trouble, top pair versus the nut flush draw. What do you do here if you're Kyler? Are you happy to peel off the turn? Do you want to stick a raise in?
Yeah, I'm gonna call here and take a look.
It's cheap enough.
It's cheap enough. If I miss it, I can make another decision on the turn, depending how much she's going to ask. She doesn't need to worry.
And Agnieszka, I'm guessing, is somewhere between done with this and a little bit nervous.
Yeah, she doesn't like the 4 diamonds. She's not holding a diamond.
This is kind of what Pippa did, which was sort of, I think you
6,000.
put money in and then say it's going to be the last money you're going to put in the pot.
Definitely. It's playing out exactly the same as the
It
hand we
is,
saw
isn't
earlier.
it? It's amazing. The only thing we're missing is a 9.
Well, it doesn't change too much. I think that Agnieszka's aware that all Karma needs is a better diamond than a 4 to be winning this pot.
Yeah, and I mean, from Rylick's point of view here, it would have been very tough for Kyla to have called without a diamond. And if she did call without a diamond, then she's got at least a better, you know, she's in a bit of trouble here, Agnieszka.
11,000.
Depends on the size of the bet again. Now, it's a very similar bet to what we saw before. It's 11,000. Is it enough to make Kyla put it down? I think it is.
Pass.
Yeah.
I folded the 6 of diamonds. I think it was.
Yeah, good fold by Agnieszka there. She sort of stuck with her plan, which was not to put any more in. And talk about getting a little confidence. 2 pots in a row here for Kyla Kalmar.
Lynn's quietened down quite a lot in the latter stages. She was very aggressive at the beginning. She's got just over average chips, as has Katie Hearn.
Yeah, and Agnieszka and Pippa, I mean, they're not short stacks, but they're certainly enough to cause you worry.
Now these blinds are raising. Pippa, Flanders and Agnieszka know they need to start putting some chips in, taking down some pots.
Welcome back to the Party Poker Women's World Open 2. This is heat 4 of 6.
Pass. Pass.
Well, these ace queens are popping up all over the place at the moment.
This is also the 4th time out of 4 that
Raise.
Bad Girls
Nine.
raised on the button. And
Pass.
this is just going to be a car crash.
All in.
Yeah.
All in.
It's exactly the correct move from Flanders.
And I don't think Bad Girl can fold here. I mean, she could, but in the back of Bad Girl's mind, she would have been expecting this anyway, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because Pippa was slightly short stacked. It's 46,000 for Zwen to call. It's a massive proportion of her stack, but she can afford it.
She can, and I mean, in Bad Girl's mind, Pippa would have done this with a lot of hands that Ace Queen's got in bad shape.
Yeah.
I mean, Pippa couldn't respect herself if she hadn't done this with Ace 10, with Ace 9, with Ace Jack.
Zwen thinks, okay, I raised on the button. I could be doing that with anything. Pippa knows that.
If there is an argument for folding, though, what would it be? That Bad
Well,
Girl's...
it's a third. You know, it's a third of her stack still. More than that, she could think to herself, I could be in a race here, or I could be dominated.
No, another 10.
46,000's. That's a lot of chips in this tournament. It would dent her.
And if she does just fold here, Yeah, she's going for it.
And call.
Yeah, I think